Hello everyone and welcome back to Company of Heroes. It's the Unusual Gamer here again, and I'm playing as X-Cripple as always. And so I'm here in a 1v1 auto match against this guy called Edinson WFT. Now I literally just played this game, and I'm not going to tell you what happened because you'll soon find out. It's about 16 minutes long, so it shouldn't be too long. And to be honest, I thought this was a good game for me, coming back into this game after a while. So let's get started. So yeah, I will start with Fog of War. I'm hoping the audio is going to be okay, but anyway, here we go. Right. So I immediately go for the Wehrmacht quarters. Just a quick good luck, have fun there by me. He doesn't say anything this time round. So let me pause it on 20 seconds and increase this slightly. Okay, that's a bit better. Right, so I immediately realised I need to capture these three fuel points here. So there's plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. These are medium fuel points. Now he also realises that as well mid-game, but I also want these munitions because of what the doctrine I'm going to go for. I went Blitzkrieg, I believe. So yeah, so I immediately go for a Volksgrenadier just to quickly capture some points. Now what he goes for is the normal Rifleman rush. He immediately goes for the fuel here, which is good for him. Now at this point we haven't engaged at all, so I'm just using my pioneers to go around and capture the odd point. Now also the cutoff points for this map are here. Now this is key because if he wants to gain this fuel point, he needs to have this so he can gain the resources, and also the other cutoff point is here. Now I use these quite a bit. I don't think he realizes how strategic they are, and there's just a alarm in the background if you can hear that. See, he immediately goes for the Rifleman rush. Now, yeah, so he's just spamming Riflemen, and so I'm going some Volks quickly early on. Now I do build a veterancy, whatever it's called, so I can level up my Volks. Now this, I wasn't paying too much attention with these guys, so I just immediately sent them in to go capture. I've realised that he had captured, so I sent them into attack. Unfortunately, he gets the cover, so I lose this battle here. So yeah, he's got control of this side at the minute, but these Volks can easily take out the engineers that are capturing. And they won't get the capture, I don't think. Nope, they don't. Now this, I have to retreat because Riflemen are any day gonna own my Pioneer squad. So nobody's gone for any victory points as of yet. So I just get this swim bargain. I'm not really sure why, but it was mainly to harass the enemy. And I do so by not allowing them to capture. I don't use it as well as I could have, I don't think, which was slightly annoying. See, this is quite a quick game. I've got quite a lot to talk about. So he's got all of these strategic points, which means he's got higher. Hang on, let me see. Does he have a higher? No, he doesn't. That's surprising. I appear to have the higher manpower rate, probably because he's got more men on the battlefield. So yeah, I'm building a Kampfkraft center. Now this will allow me to level up my units and make them stronger. And taking on the USA, I think that's quite key, especially if you're going to use Volks and Grenadiers and such. It makes them harder to kill. So already I have this side here. All he has is a Rifleman squad, and I've got a Schwimbargen and a Volk squad, which I think I can take him out. I also have the middle here. Now this engagement, he's easily lost because I've got the heavy cover here, and he's capturing, so not all of his men are going to be firing, as you can see there. So that's an easy win for me. And he just loses 3 men, which will cost him for his manpower. And at the minute, this whole side here is not doing anything because he does not have this point here. I've cut him off completely. Unless he captures there, which he's about to, he's not gaining anything from here. Now, this is an example of harassment. I'm disallowing him to capture this, and the long range shot, because Riflemen are incredibly strong close range, but I should be able to win this. I do take a bit of damage, but still. So yeah, at the minute I've gained half the map at least, and I've pretty much cut him off here. Now this side's free up, so I can send my pioneers to take that. So he's just built an MG. What else does he have? He's got an MG, 2 rifleman squads, and 2 pioneer squads, engineer squads. Now I just try and get a few shots in his MG, and I annoyingly miss this. Sorry about that. Right. Yeah, so I lose this engagement, which I was expecting. But I now have control of this fuel. And he is not paying much attention to his units at the moment. He's got this waiting here when he could be going and trying and defending that fuel point with it. Now he's finally moved it. Right. But I have these Volksgrenadiers here that will easily be able to take that on. So I've got an MG here. Now I try and put this in this house, not realizing the... Hang on, how do I... Right, anyway. Not realizing there aren't enough windows to take it on. There's only about 1 or 2, but on this side I can easily hit these riflemen. So I place this MG down to defend my fuel point, so he will never be able to get in that. So I control over half the map at the minute. And I have the fuel. He has that fuel at the moment and that, but I have a huge advantage over him. I have plus 25 and he has plus 15. So, at the minute I have control. And I have not started, I've just literally just started capturing these victory points, seeing that he's captured his. So now he's going to be losing victory points as well, but he starts building a supply yard, so that means he's been saving up fuel. He's already got 49, so he could have done this a lot earlier. He could have, evidently. Me at the minute, I've got a fair amount of fuel, but I'm spending it on veterancy, because I am level 1 at the moment, and I'm saving up for 50 fuel points for level 2, I think. And so I've got this MG here with this flamethrower, so that doesn't stand a chance, and I try and move my MG over there, because then I can get fire on that victory point. So I've captured this, which has cut him off here, and I move over and take this area out. At the minute he's regained this fuel, because I haven't been paying much attention. So yeah, he has gained this fuel point here. Now, at the minute, I can easily flank round and start attacking his base. He only has... Let's have a look. Only has 2 rifleman squad, an MG, and 2 engineers aren't really doing anything at the moment. I think he's just spawned that rifle squad in. And I have 3 Volk squads, 2 engineers, and an MG. And at the minute I've got just 1 retreating back, so I've got nothing left at my base. All my units are either capturing or doing something. And I think his biggest problem is that he is not paying much attention, or as much attention as he could do, to each individual unit. Now how many manpower does he have? So see, he's got quite a bit of manpower. I expect he's saving up for another building. But let's just have a look. So I've got control of this side here. He cannot get any fuel. He's regained this fuel though, but I send my Volks that have still got veterancy 1. I should be starting veterancy 2 soon. It means that they've got a higher rate of higher defense and a higher attack, I think. I'm not sure of the exact numbers. Now, I did not realize the MG this, so I try and get in close and take out a few of his rifleman squad, but it doesn't really work. I take out over half his health though, whilst keeping 4 of my Volks. So I think he's lost that engagement with his rifles, because he's lost more health per one rifleman, and I've lost a little bit of health, and I've lost a man as well. So here I try and take out his engineers. So if we head in the fog of war, he can't see that I've got this area pinned down, and to be honest, he should be focusing on this area more than anything, because it's got 2 fuel points here. This is basically his fuel point. So if he can gain this fuel point, which is plus 10 and plus 10 here, he could easily control me. He should try and capture this point so it can cut me off from any fuel. Now I realise that he's built this, so I just try and take as much damage, give as much damage as I can. But I've now got Veterancy 2, which means my attacks is going to be far stronger than his, and he doesn't stand a chance here, and I think he notices that. So I go in and capture this. I immediately try and cut him off here and capture that so he can. So yeah, I think he's beginning to realise that he needs this side. So he tries and capture this. This will just cut me off completely. So he's just spawned in. Because I was realising that he was spawning on T-17. Now that's just going to mash my unit to pieces. But there is some heroic action here. So I just try and capture this. And I send out a Panzerfaust. And this Volk squad does pretty well, I have to say. I lose every man except for one. And as you'll see, hang on a sec, let me just look over here. I think that was his MG that I got around and flanked. So I've got this fuel here, and he's out of fuel, pretty much. At the minute, I have this side, and this is cut off at the moment because he took this, which is what he should have been trying to do earlier, I think. So yeah, I just keep Panzerfausting this. Get a side shot in there. Boom! And he takes down his health. So I capture his MG and try and move it over here to cover this side. And so I get one man left, while last stand. And look at this. Kaboom! Yes! So he's lost that completely. He's lost quite a bit of fuel and manpower. So I have control of this now. He's down to just a few rogue units, I think. Yep, 2 rifle squad, 1 with very low health. Can't believe they're still alive, to be honest. And just 3 engineer squads. So he's getting a mortar here, and he's beginning to struggle, I think, at this point. So I've got this pinned down here. He won't be getting that, but I don't realise that he's got a rifle squad here. I try and recapture this side. I'm confused, right, hang on. So yeah, I have control of this side here now. Moving in to try and capture that fuel. He can't gain anything from this, because I've cut him off. Most people think it's not about points, but to be honest it is. And now because they're on solo health, they just get completely annihilated by my Volks. Right there, excuse me, he should have been paying attention to his unit and pulling them back. Things I could have done better is probably going for this a bit sooner and perhaps skipping Veterancy 2, but in the end I think that was quite useful, Veterancy 2. And so look, this is an example of not paying attention to use. He could be capturing this right now, and he's not. So yeah, quite a bit of delay on that. But he's getting this fuel here, and I do not want that. Because if he gains a fuel, he's gained a huge advantage. Because only now can I start creating vehicles. So I try and keep the cutoff for as long as possible, but of course at some point it's going to fall. So I've got this area pinned down now. I should have really kept I didn't keep much of an eye on this. So his MG gets through, and so did his engineers, and they come around and flank me. So I've just unlocked the infantry assault squad. And impressively I actually killed one of those guys. So now I've got 4 Volks and 2 MGs, 1 I've captured, and he has only got 1 rifle squad, an MG, a mortar, and 2 engineer squads. And right here, this is where I didn't really have a look at the house, because I don't know how I can show you. I can't move his units. If only I could. See, he could be coming around here and taking him out. So he's just built another T-17. But at this point, I've already got T-32, a armored car, I'll say. I start spamming these because I've got so much fuel left over. And I try and get a Panzerfaust out here, I think. Perhaps. Maybe. And so I start upgrading this because I realise he's going to try and make some T-17s. I get a hit on him, retreat them, get another hit on him, and then begin to send this in. So at this point I've got 2 armoured cars, and I've just researched the Stu-42. Now what this will allow me to do is completely mash his infantry, and if I can get in close, take out his base. And so now I've got these 2, I'm just going to go in and charge at him. I probably should have supported with infantry. That was because I could have used these. I set up mines, maybe? Maybe? Yep, set up mines here. And so he's trying to repair his T-17. At the minute he doesn't have much left. I try and take out the engineers, which it does successfully. Takes them out completely. And so that T-17's down. So at the minute all he's got is an MG rifle squad, but I lose this engagement, so I try and send these guys back up. So what I could have done better is kept an eye on the guys back at base, so I've only just started doing this and moving them. So I could have paid a bit more of attention to my units as well, to be honest. So I send this behind to try and prevent the fuel being lost. And at this point I really have control of the map. I mean, look, all he has is his base. And this is when I can start getting vehicles in, getting veterancy, which wins the game, really. So he's got this anti-tank, and I successfully get it, actually, with a bit of harassment. So I realise he's got an MG there, so I send these guys back out to try and take out the mortar. So he gets a hit on me here, but he hasn't researched sticky grenades, fortunately. I realised he couldn't, because then he would have tried to do that earlier. So I try and send this in and just get loads of shots on him and just annoying him generally. So I'm hitting the mortar as well. So he's got another T-17 that comes in behind. I'm quite worried at this point because I've got a damaged engine, so I can't maneuver as quickly. But I've got these 2 left over here I didn't bring in straight away, which I should have done, which only now I bring in. He runs over a house. Huh. You meant to drive forward, mate. There we go. So I've lost this, but I've done a fair bit of damage to him. So yep, he gets hit on me. I take that out, and then I start hitting this, and I want to try and prevent the rifle squad getting hold of that again, so I just completely take them out. And then I finally brought in the game ender here. This can take out his... So at the minute I pretty much won. I've got the fuel, I've got the vehicles, and now I can just keep hitting his base. And then he left. Game over. So things that I can improve on is perhaps keeping better eye on my units. Whether I should, and this is exactly why, keep an eye on my units back here. He should have really gone for this side with the fuel. I don't think he realised that as such. It would be quite tough for him. If he captured this, he would have easily won, because then he could easily come in here and take this cut-off point here. He should have kept more eye on his units. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty good game for me. I haven't played much of this, but coming back into it, it feels good. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and see you next time.